Live and direct. See what's going on.
To success, top, try, cause it's the rocky road to success. First thing I'ma do is buy the bar, then put up a billboard so everybody knows who we are. Sounds good. See me shooting through the sky like a star, whip so sick now chicks wanna fuck my car. My car. They know I'm seeing De Niro. I see stars in their eyes and they looking for a hero. Oh, no, but I can't put the cape on and I don't need a case, so we gon' keep the tape going. A groupie might wanna do me to sue me cause I'm Ocean's 13. Money like Clooney. Me without a lot of pride in movie Louis like trying to watch Family Guy with no Stewie. No Stewie? Or watching Star Wars with no Chewie. No Chewie. Or catching Slick Rick with no jewelry. That's right. My date with destiny is all that matters. Gotta go, I'm late, mad. I'ma be chillin' at the top. I see you when you get there. A lot of y'all are trying. I'm wondering, is it fair? Cause it's a rocky road to success. But I'ma occupy the road nonetheless. I'ma be chillin' at the top. I see you when you get there. A lot of y'all are trying. I'm wondering, is it fair? Cause it's a rocky road to success. But I'ma occupy the road nonetheless. I'm on the road to the riches. You can call me Cool G. Blowing on that ooh wee. Head to toe Cool G. Everything is Gucci. Lobster and sushi. Bottles, models, paparazzi, groupies. We be all up in the pod just like two peas. Got twin ponds, so I'm rolling two trees. I'm on a double date, call it 2 G's. Got the NFL money, Drew Brees. Police escort, straight to the airport. I'm about to get another stamp on my passport. I'm on a mile high, up by the mile high, in the mile high club. Yep. I'm a wild guy. I watch her climb high and do a pole drop. Mama's 1 in a million, she make my boat rock. Come on in and make sure the door's locked. I love getting to the money and it don't stop. I'ma be chillin' at the top. I see you when you get there. A lot of y'all are trying. I'm wondering, is it fair? Cause it's a rocky road to success. I'ma occupy the road nonetheless. I'ma be chillin' at the top. I see you when you get there. A lot of y'all are trying. I'm wondering, is it fair? Cause it's a rocky road to success. I'ma occupy the road nonetheless.
Prime Video has so many movies and shows I love. So dope.
Yeah. Bill Money, 100 ENT in the building.
It's more money to get, right. More hoes on my dick, cause nigga, I'm a shit.
Told y'all niggas.
Ain't a thing funny, cause I make money, and my niggas make from me.
Bill Money.
It's more money to get,
right.
More hoes on my dick, cause nigga, I'm a shit.
Told y'all niggas.
Ain't a thing funny, cause I make money, and my niggas make from me.
Bill Money.
I was stuck between crawling and falling, far from balling, so my squadron I called in. If you all in, then fall in, no stalling. Make this fast break like Rawlin or Spalding. Crack the safe in the wall, the stash in the flooring. Now I'm buying them all in G4 soaring. Whips and chicks are foreign, y'all boring. While you at work, your wife's whoring or falling. Tighter the pussy, the harder the nut.
And the tighter the clip, the harder we stuck. Remember, if you pulling the pistol, I'm gripping the pump. And if you willing to die, I'm ready to dump. I'm on some X-File shit, moving textile shit. No expatriate, get on some exile shit. You want some next round shit? I'm a first round pick. Hold your chick, or she be getting some first round dick. It's more money to get, right. More hoes on my dick, so nigga, I'm the shit. Told y'all niggas. Ain't a thing funny, cause I make money, and my niggas bank from me. Feel money. It's more money to get, right. More hoes on my dick, cause nigga, I'm the shit. Told y'all niggas. Ain't a thing funny, cause I make money, and my niggas bank from me. Mama pray for me. You know your boy thuggin', on the grind trying to make something out of nothing. I put a bun in the oven. You might think I'm bugging, cause only money I'm loving. Put that on my blood. First, second cousin. Then on the third shift, I had a whole strip buzzing. Police cussing, whole team hustling. Get pussy when I want, cause hoes keep busting. Hoes keep fussing, cause I never call back. You can't trust them, so I make them fall back. Cause hoes say this and hoes say that. They need to play like Pat and don't say Jack, cause I'm the shit. The best thing since crack rock. When I'm in the sack, you should see how the rack rock. I get it popping on the back block. They clamp down on your hood like a padlock. I'm mad hot. It's more money to get, right. More hoes on my dick, cause nigga, I'm the shit. Told y'all niggas. Ain't a thing funny, cause I make money, and my niggas bank from me. Feel money. It's more money to get, right. More hoes on my dick, cause nigga, I'm the shit. Told y'all niggas. Ain't a thing funny, cause I make money, and my niggas bank from me. Feel money. It's more money to get, more hoes on my dick, cause nigga, I'm the shit. Ain't a thing funny, cause I make money, and my niggas bank for me. It's more money to get, more hoes on my dick, cause nigga, I'm the shit. Ain't a thing funny, cause I make money, and my niggas bank for me. That's right. Them two. Told y'all niggas. Spill money. That's right. That too. Told y'all niggas. The spill money.
Call me Rollin' or Spalding. While you ride the pine, I'm on the fast break, ballin'. I'm posted in the paint, getting buckets, scoring. Another metaphor for getting ducats. I'm like, fuck it. I used to be a have-not. I sowed seed, watered my plants, and reaped the cash crop. I'm so good, you never catch me in the bad spot. Pull up in a lemon 6-4 and make that ass drop.
Cause me, all I ever wanted to do was fall. And your girl, all she ever wanted to do was call. And all I ever wanted to do was hit the mall. Pull up in a U-Haul truck and buy it all.
I be finger rolling dough, watch my paper float. While you putting up them bricks, I watch your paper choke. My big roll make it hot, watch my paper smoke. Boy, your money funny, I watch your paper choke.
Yes, all my life, we need to lie. That's all that all I ever wanted to do. Yes, all my life, we need to lie. That's all that all I ever wanted to do. Yes, all my life, we need to lie. That's all that all I ever wanted to do is ball. Living my life off the wall. All I ever wanted to do is ball.
I need you to rock with me. I'm throwing alley-oops with the dough. It's Lob City. Lil' mama shaking it fast, just pop swiftly. Give your boy a quickie, and I might drop a 50. Then I'm back on my grizzy, cause I ain't made a meal yet. Stunting on these niggas cause they ain't kept it real yet. About to change the game and I ain't signed the deal yet. Stomach touching my back like I ain't ate a meal yet. So y'all can keep stalling, I'ma keep ballin'. Just like the rain, watch the money keep falling. Groupies knocking on the door, I let them all in. Party don't stop till 6 in the morning. My money's real loud, watch my paper scream. My money walk like a pimp, watch my paper lean. My money lives, you can watch my paper breathe. And just like the fall, I watch a paper leave.
Yes, all my life, won't leave it lie. That's all that I ever wanted to do. Yes, all my life, won't leave it lie. That's all that I ever wanted to do. Yes, all my life, won't leave it lie. That's all that I ever wanted to do is go. Living my life off the wall. All I ever wanted to do is go.
Different me, the same you. Things don't stay the same, things will change. Don't hate me, nigga, hate the game. The key to a man is trying to change. A different me, the same you. Things don't stay the same, things will change. Don't hate me, nigga, hate the game. The key to a man is trying to change. Oh, so-called friends, I don't need you. Some love me, some hate me, so I'm even. Hate all you want is fuck a bitch, I'm breathing. Better days not far away, I believe it. Looking in the mirror, staring at the man in it. Black shades tinted, her new vision. Staring at the world from a different angle. Positive attitude, but I'm still gangster. Grown man shit, I hope you catch the hint. Selling drugs don't make you a man, but it can make you rich. Toting your guns, wearing your heart, but you're only a bitch. Take time and think, damn, sizzle making sense. I'ma build a fence to keep old niggas from around me. OGs taught me to walk softly. Keep your eyes open, young nigga, be cautious. Don't trust these slimy hoes, brush the dirt up off you. I brush the dirt up off me and kept walking. I keep my business to myself because the streets talking. I'm on my P's and Q's while you niggas sleepwalking. Keep sleepwalking. Black coffee.
Streets ain't just talking, niggas is whispering with bait like a fisherman. Fam steady listening, they reeling in my niggas, get them trapped, cat they pillin' them. Fit the profile of your skin's tinted with melanin. My men's have been telling them, niggas ain't listening. Take the pot you pissin' in, niggas get the missing when they cuffin' up your wrist and then ship you off to prison in a hole like a pigeon in. Ain't nobody visiting, living like some midgets in. Many men are feminine, switching like some women in. Fuck if I'm offending them, no time to be PC, the game's getting greasy. Cause every time I look, they endangering my species. Man, I'm fighting like Creasy. Problem for the opposition. I mastered the art, I'm stomping out the competition. My name ain't Joe, but I got a proposition. If you game to go, no way that they can stop the mission.
A different me, the same you. Things don't stay the same, things will change. Don't hate me, nigga, hate the game. The key to a man is trying to change. A different me, the same you. Things don't stay the same, things will change. Don't hate me, nigga, hate the game. The key to a man is trying to.
Have you ever felt like you were just tired of all the games, the stress, the drama, the lies? You be wishing you can turn into a G4 and just fly away from all the nonsense.
Thinking about a higher pay, looking for a brighter day, makes me wanna fly away. Hoping I can find my way, nothing more that I can say. I just wanna fly away, fly away.
My life should be edited in Photoshop. Pose for a pic, click, never miss a photo op. Always in the limelight. Even if I fall back, stand on my own too. Even if I fall flat, if I have to crawl back, I'ma get my spot again. Niggas see me come and be like, goddamn, not again. Build to the M.O., and you know my M.O. is either the sour D or the Caliendo. I'm holding the crown, a king like Kente. When I drop the top on that GT Bentley, listen to the haters talk, I don't care what them say, they blowing hot air. I'm mucho caliente, que pasa mi gente. Got those muchachos, posted at the border with the cheese from my nachos. And I'm calling on my vatos, cause I'm about to bless the game like a snot nose.
Thinking about a higher pay, looking for a brighter day, makes me wanna fly away. Yes, hoping I can find my way, nothing more than I can say. I just wanna fly away, fly away. It's a brand new year. Tell the industry it's a mob nigga here. Telling the industry it's a mob nigga here. I still share clips for my niggas that lost their life. Now I ride on chrome, neck full of ice, lap full of ammo, feeling like Rambo. Pocket full of decades, I can make your girl suck me up. I pulled up in Cadillac trucks, hopped out stunt and my squad big money. Better watch a chick, I can tell that she want me. I hit her the pass to my nigga Bill Money. Now I got Bill Money, thanks Bill Money. Thinking about a higher pay, looking for a brighter day, makes me wanna fly away. Yes, hoping I can find my way, nothing more than I can say. I just wanna fly away, fly away.
I'm a beat. I see you when you stay fair to success. Nonetheless, stop, try, cause it's the rocky road to success. First thing I'ma do is buy the bar. Then put up a billboard so everybody knows who we are. Sounds good. See me shooting through the sky like a star. Whip so sick now chicks wanna fuck my car. My car. They know I'm seeing De Niro. I see stars in their eyes and they looking for a hero. No, but I can't put the cape on and I don't need a case, so we gon' keep the tape going. A groupie might wanna do me to sue me, cause I'm Ocean's 13. Money like Clooney. Me without a lot of product in movie Louis, like trying to watch Family Guy with no Stewie. No Stewie? Or watching Star Wars with no Chewie. No Chewie. Or catching Slick Rick with no jewelry. That's right. My date with destiny is all that matters. Gotta go, I'm late. Mad, I'ma be chillin' at the top. I see you when you get there. A lot of y'all are trying. I'm wondering, is it fair? Cause it's a rocky road to success. But I'ma occupy the road nonetheless. I'ma be chillin' at the top. I see you when you get there. A lot of y'all are trying. I'm wondering, is it fair? Cause it's a rocky road to success. But I'ma occupy the road nonetheless. I'm on the road to the riches. You could call me Cool G. Blowing on that ooh wee. Head to toe Cool G. Everything is Gucci. Lobster and sushi. Bottles, models, paparazzi, groupies. We be all up in the pod just like two peas. Got twin pines, so I'm rolling two trees. I'm on a double date, call it 2 G's. Got the NFL money, Drew Brees. Police escort, straight to the airport. About to get another stamp on my passport. I'm on a mile high, up by the mile high, in the mile high club. Yup, I'm a wild guy. I watch her climb high and do a pole drop. Mama's 1 in a million, she make my boat rock. Come on in and make sure the door's locked. Oh, I love getting to the money and it don't stop. I'ma be chillin' at the top. I see you when you get there. A lot of y'all are trying. I'm wondering, is it fair? Cause it's a rocky road to success. But I'ma occupy the road nonetheless. I'ma be chillin' at the top. I see you when you get there. A lot of y'all are trying. I'm wondering, is it fair? Cause it's a rocky road to success. But I'ma occupy the road nonetheless.
Yeah. Bill Money, 100 ENT in the building. It's more money to get, more hoes on my dick, cause nigga, I'm the shit.
Told y'all niggas.
Ain't a thing funny, cause I make money, and my niggas make for me. It's more money to get, more hoes on my dick, cause nigga, I'm the shit.
Told y'all niggas.
Ain't a thing funny, cause I make money, and my niggas make for me.
I was stuck between crawling and falling, far from balling, so my squadron I called in. If you all in, then fall in, no stalling. Make this fast break like Rawlin or Spalding. Crack the safe in the wall, the stash in the flooring. Now I'm buying them all in G4 soaring. Whips and chicks are foreign, y'all boring. While you at work, your wife's whoring, appalling. The tighter the pussy, the harder the nut. And the tighter the clip, the harder we stuck. Remember, if you pulling the pistol, I'm gripping the pump. And if you willing to die, I'm ready to dump. I'm on some X-File shit, moving textile shit. No expatriate, get on some exile shit. You want some next round shit? I'm a first round pick. Hold the chick, or she be getting some first round dick.
It's more money to get, more hoes on my dick, cause nigga, I'm the shit.
Told y'all niggas.
Ain't a thing funny, cause I make money, and my niggas make for me. It's more money to get, more hoes on my dick, cause nigga, I'm the shit.
Told y'all niggas.
Ain't a thing funny, cause I make money, and my niggas make for me. Mama pray for me. You know your boy thuggin', on the grind trying to make something out of nothing. I put a bun in the oven. You might think I'm bugging, cause only money I'm loving. Put that on my blood. First, second cousin. Then on the third shift, I had a whole strip buzzing. Police cussing, whole team hustling. Can pussy what I want, cause hoes keep busting. Hoes keep fussing, cause I never call back. You can't trust them, so I make them fall back. Cause hoes say this and hoes say that. They need to play like Pat and don't say Jack, cause I'm the shit. The best thing since crack rock. When I'm in the sack, you should see how the rack rock. I get it popping on the back block. They clamp down on your hood like a padlock. I'm mad hot. It's more money to get, more hoes on my dick. So nigga, I'm the shit.
Told y'all niggas.
Ain't a thing funny, cause I make money, and my niggas make for me. It's more money to get, more hoes on my dick. Cause nigga, I'm the shit.
Told y'all niggas.
Ain't a thing funny, cause I make money, and my niggas make for me. It's more money to get, more hoes on my dick. Cause nigga, I'm the shit. Ain't a thing funny, cause I make money, and my niggas make for me. It's more money to get, more hoes on my dick. Cause nigga, I'm the shit. Ain't a thing funny, cause I make money, and my niggas bank for me.
That's right. Them too. Told y'all niggas. Spill money. That's right. That too. Told y'all niggas. The spill money.
Call me Rawlin or Spalding. While you ride the pine, I'm on the fast break, ballin'. I'm posted in the paint, getting buckets, scoring. Another metaphor for getting ducats. I'm like, fuck it. I used to be a have-not. I sowed seed, watered my plants, and reaped the cash crop. I'm so good, you never catch me in the bad spot. Pull up in a lemon 6-4 and make that ass drop.
Cause me, all I ever wanted to do was fall. And your girl, all she ever wanted to do was call. And all I ever wanted to do was hit the mall. Pull up in a U-Haul truck and buy it all.
I be finger rolling dough, watch my paper float. While you putting up them bricks, I watch your paper choke. My big roll make it hot, watch my paper smoke. Boy, your money funny, I watch your paper choke.
Yes, all my life, we need to lie. That's all that I ever wanted to Yes, all my life, won't even lie. That's all all I ever wanted to do. Yes, all my life, won't even lie. That's all all I ever wanted to do is ball. Living my life off the wall. All I ever wanted to do is ball.
I need you to rock with me. I'm throwing alley-oops with the dough. It's Lob City. Lil' mama shaking it fast, just pop swiftly. Give your boy a quickie, and I might drop a 50. Then I'm back on my grizzy, cause I ain't made a meal yet. Stunting on these niggas cause they ain't kept it real yet. About to change the game and I ain't signed the deal yet. Stomach touching my back like I ain't ate a meal yet. So y'all can keep stalling, I'ma keep ballin'. Just like the rain, watch the money keep falling. Groupies knocking on the door, I let them all in. Party don't stop till 6 in the morning. My money's real loud, watch my paper scream. My money walk like a pimp, watch my paper lean. My money lives, you can watch my paper breathe. And just like the fall, I watch your paper leave.
Yes, all my life, won't even lie. That's all I ever wanted to do. Yes, all my life, won't even lie. That's all I ever wanted to do. Yes, all my life, won't even lie. That's all I ever wanted to do is ball. Living my life off the wall. All I ever wanted to do is ball.
Different me, the same you. Things don't stay the same, things will change. Don't hate me, nigga, hate the game. The key to a man is trying to change. A different me, the same you. Things don't stay the same, things will change. Don't hate me, nigga, hate the game. The key to a man is trying to change. Oh, so-called friends, I don't need you. Some love me, some hate me, so I'm leaving. Hate all you want is fuck a bitch, I'm breathing. Better days not far away, I believe it. Looking in the mirror, staring at the man in it. Black shades tinted, a new vision. Staring at the world from a different angle. Positive attitude, but I'm still gangster. Grown man shit, I hope you catch the hint. Selling drugs don't make you a man, but it can make you rich. Toting your guts, wearing your heart, but you're only a bitch. Take time and think, damn, sense will making sense. I'ma build a fence to keep old niggas from round me. OGs taught me to walk soft.
Never been a nigga this good for this long, this hood, this pop, this hot, or this strong. Never been a nigga this good for this long. This never been a nigga this good for this long. This never been a nigga this good for this long. This hood, this pop, this hot, this strong. Never been a nigga this good for this long. This never been a nigga this good for this long. This never been a nigga this good for this long. Never been a nigga, never been a nigga.
Cold shoulders when I breeze through, weaving through traffic or squeezing the automatic, but weaving through all the static. And I don't talk a lot, I leave outlines and chalk a lot. Get pyro love on bloods, make Crips want to walk a lot. Put you in the awkward spot, with speed you catch an awful knot. Those who just believe fall like leaves in the open plot. Cook you in a smoking pot, pop you like an open top. Choke you on my Glock and leave you floating in an open dock. You're dealing with a madman, unveiling a mad plan. I scheme like ab scam, like Mike, I'm a bad man. Leave your dad sad, man. How your mom's crying, asking who, what, where, plus wondering why her baby dying. Haters persistently trying, talking about the king of the jungle. I'm tired of cats lying. Call me Simba, my agenda you won't hinder. I'm lyrically level. You fall like timber in December.
Never been a nigga that's good for this long. This never been a nigga that's good for this long. This never been a nigga that's good for this long. This hood, this pop, this hot, this strong. Never been a nigga that's good for this long. It's never been a nigga that's good for this long. It's never been a nigga that's good for this long. Never been a nigga, never been a nigga, never.
You will remember, you fucking with a real contender. Your prospects are slim and your chances are real slender. The honey bender, money folder, when it's colder. Middle of winter, Indian summer, it's October. I get it hot like solar. You feel the heat like hold up. Ain't food to get rolled up, your booty get sold up. You was made to break and it won't be a close cut. Cause niggas never happy till the casket is closed shut. Frankly speaking, leave you leaking like a jelly donut. You weak, so own up. Hang the microphone up. The stage you get blown up. You wish I never shown up. When gang signs get thrown up, you soft and need to tone up. Hit the lab, track the books, study your bone up. I lend you my style, I get the money for the loan up. I thank you for your savings. I want the people craving, ranking and raving, stabbing in the pavement.
Never been a nigga that's good for this long. It's never been a nigga that's good for this long. It's never been a nigga that's good for this long. This hood, this pop, this hot, this strong. Never been a nigga that's good for this long. It's never been a nigga that's good for this long. It's never been a nigga that's good for this long. Never been a nigga, never been a nigga, never.
At every engagement, stadium or basement, I chase men like Jason. Mask on my face, and going with the wind. Real killer replacement. Born in the sin, shed blood, then I taste it. Confront my past, just to face it, then erase it. Show me where to put it, so I know where to place it. Shit is basic. I always follow my instinct. Getting it involved, gotta holler out the precinct.
The touch.
She's climbing up the pole, slide down slow, then she drop it low and make it hit the flow. Got me reaching in my pockets, pulling out my dough. They run into the ATM and pulling out some more. She's climbing up the pole, then sliding down slow, then she drop it low and make it hit the flow. Got me reaching in my pockets, pulling out my dough. They run into the ATM and pulling out some more. I hit the front door and straight to the back room. Last time I saw Shorty, I told her I'll be back soon. And I'm back now, with some racks now. I have a seat on the couch and lay a stack down. Can't hear a sound or noise in the background. Ooh, that skin smooth and that background. And I don't know what I'ma do, but every time she work, I know that I'll be coming through. And money ain't a thing, I'ma spend it all. Throw it up in the air and let her watch it fall. She's up and down the pole, now she's on the wall. Tomorrow she gon' pay some bills and then hit them all. The nails done, the hair did. She's turned up, she do it real big. And I just love to tip her, man. I'll be goddamn if I'm in love with a stripper. She's climbing up the pole, sliding down slow. Then she drop it low and make it hit the flow. Got me reaching at my pockets, pulling out my dough. They run into the ATM and pulling out some more. She's climbing up the pole, then sliding down slow. Then she drop it low and make it hit the flow. Got me reaching in my pockets, pulling out my dough. They run into the ATM and pulling out some more. Lil' mama working it lovely. Yes, she got me thinking she loved me. Popping bottle after bottle of the bubbly. Sour D's roll tight in the touchy. And ooh, that ass is fine. I ain't wearing a watch, I'm losing track of time. 4 hours gone, couple stacks blown. Call my wife and tell her I ain't coming back home. I wanna live my life in the sunshine. And all she gotta do is let me hit it one time. If I do, it's gonna last me a lifetime. She gon' think I'm from Alaska, pipeline. I'm long and strong, like a ripe vine. And mine's about as fine as some white wine. If she's against the law, I'ma fight crime. Cause nighttime is the right place, right time. She's climbing up the pole, sliding down slow. Then she drop it low and make it hit the flow. Got me reaching in my pockets, pulling out my dough. They run into the ATM and pulling out some more. She's climbing up the pole and sliding down slow. Then she drop it low and make it hit the flow. Got me reaching in my pockets, pulling out my dough. They run into the ATM and pulling out some more. climbing up the pole, then sliding down slow. Then she drop it low and make it hit the flow. Got me reaching in my pockets, pulling out my dough. Then running to the ATM and pulling out some more. She's climbing up the pole, then sliding down slow. Then she drop it low and make it hit the flow. Got me reaching in my pockets, pulling out my dough. Then running to the ATM and pulling out some more. Call me Rollin' or Spalding. While you ride the pine, I'm on the fast break, ballin'. I'm posted in the paint, getting buckets, scoring. Another metaphor for getting ducats. I'm like, fuck it. I used to be a have-not. I sowed seed, watered my plants, and reaped the cash crop. I'm so good, you never catch me in the bad spot. Pull up in a lemon 6-4 and make that ass drop.
Cause me, all I ever wanted to do was fall. And your girl, all she ever wanted to do was call. And all I ever wanna do is hit the mall. Pull up in a U-Haul truck and buy it all.
I be finger rolling dough, watch my paper float. While you putting up them bricks, I watch your paper choke. My bank roll make it hot, watch my paper smoke. Boy, your money funny, I watch your paper choke.
Yes, all my life, won't even lie. That's all that all I ever wanted to do. Yes, all my life, won't even lie. That's all that all I ever wanted to do. Yes, all my life, won't even lie. That's all that all I ever wanted to do is ball. Living my life off the wall. All I ever wanted to do is ball.
I need you to rock with me. I'm throwing alley-oops with the dough. It's Lob City. Lil' mama shaking it fast, just pop swiftly. Give your boy a quickie, and I might drop a 50. Then I'm back on my Chrissy, cause I ain't made a meal yet. Stunting on these niggas cause they ain't kept it real yet. About to change the game and I ain't signed the deal yet. Stomach touching my back like I ain't ate a meal yet. So y'all can keep stalling, I'ma keep ballin'. Just like the rain, watch the money keep falling. Groupies knocking on the door, I let them all in. Party don't stop till 6 in the morning. My money's real loud, watch my paper scream. My money walk like a pimp, watch my paper lean. My money lives, you can watch my paper breathe. And just like the fall, I watch your paper leave.
Yes, all my life, won't even lie. That's all that all I ever wanted to do. Yes, all my life, won't even lie. That's all that all I ever wanted to do. Yes, all my life, won't even lie. That's all that all I ever wanted to do is ball. Living my life off the wall. All I ever wanted to do is ball.
Yeah. Bill Money, 100 ENT in the building.
It's more money to get, right. More hoes on my dick, cause nigga I'm the shit.
Told y'all niggas.
Ain't a thing funny cause I make money and my niggas bank from me.
Bill Money.
It's more money to get,
right.
More hoes on my dick, cause nigga I'm the shit.
Told y'all niggas.
Ain't a thing funny cause I make money and my niggas bank from me.
Bill Money.
I was stuck between crawling and falling, far from balling, so my squadron I called in. If you all in, then fall in, no stalling. Make this fast break like Rawlin' or Spalding. Crack the safe in the wall, the stash in the flooring. Now I'm buying them all in G4 soaring. Whips and chicks are foreign, y'all boring. While you at work, your wife's whoring or falling. Tighter the pussy, the harder the nut.
And the tighter the clip, the harder we stuck. Remember, if you pulling the pistol, I'm gripping the pump. And if you're willing to die, I'm ready to dump. I'm on some X-File shit, moving textile shit. No expatriate, get on some exile shit. You want some next round shit? I'm a first round pick. Hold your chick, or she be getting some first round dick. It's more money to get, right. More hoes on my dick, cause nigga, I'm the shit. Told y'all niggas. Ain't a thing funny, cause I make money, and my niggas beg from me. Still money. It's more money to get, right. More hoes on my dick, cause nigga, I'm the shit. Told y'all niggas. Ain't a thing funny, cause I make money, and my niggas beg from me. Mama pray for me. You know your boy thuggin', on the grind trying to make something out of nothing. I put a bun in the oven. You might think I'm bugging, cause only money I'm loving. Put that on my blood. First, second cousin. Then on the third shift, I had a whole strip buzzing. Police cussing, whole team hustling. Get pussy what I want, cause hoes keep busting. Hoes keep fussing, cause I never call back. You can't trust them, so I make them fall back. Cause hoes say this and hoes say that. They need to play like Pat and don't say Jack, cause I'm the shit. The best thing since crack rock. When I'm in the sack, you should see how the rack rock. I get it popping on the back block. They clamp down on your hood like a padlock. I'm mad high. It's more money to get, right. More hoes on my dick, cause nigga, I'm the shit. Told y'all niggas. Ain't a thing funny, cause I make money, and my niggas make from me. Still money. It's more money to get, right. More hoes on my dick, cause nigga, I'm the shit. Told y'all niggas. Ain't a thing funny, cause I make money, and my niggas make from me. Still money. It's more money to get, more hoes on my dick, cause nigga, I'm the shit. Ain't a thing funny, cause I make money, and my niggas make from me. It's more money to get, more hoes on my dick, cause nigga, I'm the shit. Ain't a thing funny, cause I make money, and my niggas make from me. That's right. Them too. Told y'all niggas. Spill money. That's right. That too. Told y'all niggas. The spill money.
Have you ever felt like you were just tired of all the games, the stress, the drama, the lies? You be wishing you can turn into a G4 and just fly away from all the nonsense.
Thinking about a higher pay, looking for a brighter day, makes me wanna fly away. Hoping I can find my way, nothing more that I can say. I just wanna fly away, fly away.
My life should be edited in Photoshop. Pose for a pic, click, never miss a photo op. Always in the limelight. Even if I fall back, stand on my own too. Even if I fall flat, if I have to crawl back, I'ma get my spot again. You can see me come and be like, goddamn, not again. Built to the M.O., and you know my M.O. It's either the sour D's or the Caliendo. I'm holding the crown, a king like Kente. When I drop the top on that GT Bentley. Listen to the haters talk, I don't care what them say. They blowing hot air, I'm mucho caliente. Hit passing me gente. Got those muchachos posted at the border with the cheese from my nachos. And I'm calling on my vatos, cause I'm about to bless the game like it's not nose.
Thinking about a higher pay, looking for a brighter day, makes me wanna fly away. Hoping I can find my way, nothing more than I can say. I just wanna fly away, fly away.
It's a brand new year. Tell the industry it's a mob nigga here. Telling the industry it's a mob nigga here. I still share clips for my niggas that lost their life. Now I ride on chrome, neck full of ice, lap full of ammo, feeling like Rambo. Pocket full of decades, I can make your girl suck me up. I pulled up in Cadillac trucks, hopped out stunt and my squad big money. Better watch a chick, I can tell that she want me. I hit her the pass to my nigga Bill Money. Now I got Bill Money, thanks Bill Money.
Thinking about a higher pay, looking for a brighter day, makes me wanna fly away. Hoping I can find my way, nothing more than I can say. I just wanna fly away, fly away.
I'm a beast. I see you when you stay fair to success. Nonetheless, top, try, cause it's the rocky road to success. First thing I'ma do is buy the bar, then put up a billboard so everybody knows who we are. Sounds good. See me shooting through the sky like a star, whip so sick now chicks wanna fuck my car. My car. They know I'm seeing De Niro. I see stars in their eyes and they looking for a hero. No, but I can't put the cape on and I don't need a case, so we gon' keep the tape going. A groupie might wanna do me to sue me, cause I'm Ocean's 13. Money like Clooney. Me without a lot of Prada and movie Louis, like trying to watch Family Guy with no Stewie. No Stewie? Or watching Star Wars with no Chewie. No Chewie. Or catching Slick Rick with no jewelry. That's right. My date with destiny is all that matters. Gotta go, I'm late. Mad, I'ma be chillin' at the top. I see you when you get there. A lot of y'all are trying. I'm wondering, is it fair? Cause it's a rocky road to success. But I'ma occupy the road nonetheless. I'ma be chillin' at the top. I see you when you get there. A lot of y'all are trying. I'm wondering, is it fair? Cause it's a rocky road to success. But I'ma occupy the road nonetheless. I'm on the road to the riches. You can call me Cool G. Blowing on that ooh wee. Head to toe Cool G. Everything is Gucci. Lobster and sushi. Bottles, models, paparazzi, groupies. We be all up in the pod just like two peas. Got twin pines, so I'm rolling 2 trees. I'm on a double date, call it 2 G's. Got the NFL money, Drew Brees. Police escort straight to the airport. I'm about to get another stamp on my passport. I'm on a mile high, up by the mile high, in the Mile High Club. Yep, I'm a wild guy. I watch her climb high and do a pole drop. Mama's 1 in a million, she make my boat rock. Come on in and make sure the door's locked. I love getting to the money and it don't stop. I'ma be chillin' at the top. I see you when you get there. A lot of y'all are trying. I'm wondering, is it fair? Cause it's a rocky road to success. But I'ma occupy the road nonetheless. I'ma be chillin' at the top. I see you when you get there. A lot of y'all are trying. I'm wondering, is it fair? Cause it's a rocky road to success. But I'ma occupy the road nonetheless.
Different me, the same you. Things don't stay the same, things will change. Don't hate me, nigga, hate the game. The key to a man is trying to change. A different me, the same you. Things don't stay the same, things will change. Don't hate me, nigga, hate the game. The key to a man is trying to change. Oh, so-called friends, I don't need you. Some love me, some hate me, so I'm leaving. Hate all you want is fuck a bitch, I'm breathing. Better days not far away, I believe it. Looking in the mirror, staring at the man in it. Black shades tinted, her new vision. Staring at the world from a different angle. Positive attitude, but I'm still gangster. Grown man shit, I hope you catch the hint. Selling drugs don't make you a man, but it can make you rich. Toting your guns, wearing your heart, but you're only a bitch. Take time and think, damn, sizzle making sense. I'ma build a fence to keep old niggas from around me. OGs taught me to walk softly. Keep your eyes open, young nigga, be cautious. Don't trust these slimy hoes, brush the dirt up off you. I brush the dirt up off me and kept walking. I keep my business to myself because the streets talking. I'm on my P's and Q's while you niggas sleepwalking. Keep sleepwalking. Black coffee.
Streets ain't just talking. Niggas is whispering with bait like a fisherman. Fam steady listening. They reeling in my niggas. Get them trapped, cat, they pillin' them. Fit the profile of your skin's tinted with melanin. My men's have been telling them. Niggas ain't listening. Take the pot you pissing in. Niggas get the missing when they cuffing up your wristin' in. Ship you off to prison in a hole like a pigeon in. Ain't nobody visiting. Living like some midgets in. Many men are feminine. Pushing like some women in. Fuck if I'm offending them. No time to be PC. The game's getting greasy. Cause every time I look, they endangering my species. Man, I'm fighting like Creasy. Problem for the opposition. I mastered the art. I'm stomping out the competition. My name ain't Joe, but I got a proposition. If you game to go, no way that they can stop the mission.
A different me, the same you. Things gon' stay the same, things will change. Don't hate me, nigga, hate the game. The key to a man is trying to change. A different me, the same you. Things gon' stay the same, things will change. Don't hate me, nigga, hate the game. The key to a man is trying to
Call me Rollin' or Spalding. While you ride the pine, I'm on the fast break, ballin'. I'm posted in the paint, getting buckets, scoring. Another metaphor for getting ducats. I'm like, fuck it. I used to be a have-not. I sowed seed, watered my plants, and reaped the cash crop. I'm so good, you never catch me in the bad spot. Pull up in a lemon 6-4 and make that ass drop.
Cause me, all I ever wanted to do was fall. And your girl, all she ever wanted to do was call. And all I ever wanted to do was hit the mall. Pull up in a U-Haul truck and buy it all.
I be finger rolling dough, watch my paper float. While you putting up them bricks, I watch your paper choke. My big roll make it hot, watch my paper smoke. Boy, your money funny, I watch your paper choke.
Yes, all my life, we need to lie. That's all that all I ever wanted to do. Yes, all my life, we need to lie. That's all that all I ever wanted to do. Yes, all my life, we need to lie. That's all that all I ever wanted to do is ball. Living my life off the wall. All I ever wanted to do is ball.
I need you to rock with me. I'm throwing alley-oops with the dough. It's Lob City. Lil' mama shaking it fast, just pop swiftly. Give your boy a quickie, and I might drop a 50. Then I'm back on my grizzy, cause I ain't made a meal yet. Stunting on these niggas cause they ain't kept it real yet. About to change the game and I ain't signed the deal yet. Stomach touching my back like I ain't ate a meal yet. So y'all can keep stalling, I'ma keep ballin'. Just like the rain, watch the money keep falling. Groupies knocking on the door, I let them all in. Party don't stop till 6 in the morning. My money's real loud, watch my paper scream. My money walk like a pimp, watch my paper lean. My money lives, you can watch my paper breathe. And just like the fall, I watch your paper leave.
Yes, all my life, we need to lie. That's all that all I ever wanted to do. Yes, all my life, we need to lie. That's all that all I ever wanted to do. Yes, all my life, we need to lie. That's all that all I ever wanted to do is ball. Living my life off the wall. All I ever wanted to do is ball.
Bill money, 100 ENT in the building.
It's more money to get, right. More hoes on my dick, cause nigga, I'm the shit.
Told y'all niggas.
Ain't a thing funny, cause I make money, and my niggas make for me.
Still money. It's more money to get, right? More hoes on my dick, cause nigga, I'm the shit. Told y'all, nigga. Ain't a thing funny, cause I make money, and my niggas bank money. I was stuck between crawling and falling, far from balling, so my squadron I called in. If you all in, then fall in, no stalling. Make this fast break like Rawlin or Spalding. Crack the safe in the wall, the stash in the flooring. Now I'm buying the mall and G4 soaring. Whips and chips are foreign, y'all boring. While you at work, your wife's whoring, appalling. The tighter the pussy, the harder the nut. And the tighter the clip, the harder we stuck. Remember, if you pulling the pistol, I'm gripping the pump. And if you willing to die, I'm ready to dump. I'm on some X-File shit, moving textile shit. No expatriate, get on.
So basically, Jim Clyburn said, it's over for me. I got mines. You guys got to get yours. I am beyond the promise. So this is why I'm asking the question tonight to my fellow Black people. Now what? What's the next move? We turned out 87% for Joe Biden. This is something that we do faithfully. And here we are in the first few weeks of Joe Biden's administration. And what we see prioritized first and foremost, illegal immigrants. As you can see in the ticker on the bottom of the screen, illegal immigrants get a pathway to citizenship, while Black people maybe get a national hymn. Maybe we get Harriet Tubman on the $20 bill. And as it turns out, the largest, most faithful voting bloc for Democrats, and again, turned out 87% for Joe Biden, and are last in line in the list of priorities. Once again, peace, Sun Ray. What's going on? Absolutely. Peace. Peace. Sun Ray says Australia has a Black past. Not much has changed. We face similar issues worldwide. Absolutely. Absolutely. Sun Ray says, I am Australian born with heritage and family from Fiji. Okay. Absolutely. Thanks for your support, Sun Ray. I was actually to digress for a moment, but I was actually listening to a young rapper from Oakland or from the Bay Area. His name is Young LB, and he was actually from Tonga. And I believe his manager, I can't remember his manager's name, but his manager was from Fiji. So definitely Sun Ray. Shout out to Sun Ray. Natural moments with nature's brew, absolutely. Biden told us that immigrants were the future and that we better get used to it. Absolutely. And now people are acting surprised that in his first 100 days that, immigration is the priority when he said so time and time again leading up to the election. And we still turned out 87% of the vote. And now we're left, scratching our heads wondering where are we going to fall into this list of priorities? And when are we going to stop being grouped in with all other minority groups as people of color? When we're Black American and particularly, Black American descendants of slavery. We can't expect anything. It might be too late. Absolutely, natural moments. And we have yet to wake up and still asleep at the wheel. Matter of fact, we're not even at the wheel. We're in the back seat. I can definitely pull up stats to back these exactly what went on during the election. Again, no other group votes in such a large block for one party year in and year out, yet always end up last in line when it comes time for policy, when it comes time for legislation. I believe Joe Biden, I'm not sure how many executive orders he signed so far. Over 70, I believe. And, you're right. We don't have Black leadership that keeps us informed. We have Black leadership that keeps us in line. Absolutely. Let me see if I can pull up some data here. You know, first 100 days, illegal immigration, LGBTQ issues, even Asian Americans were given a nod. Let's see here. Got too many tabs open. But definitely thanks for tuning in. Dirty Laundry Media, thanks for checking in. If you haven't already, please subscribe. Hit that like button. And share this out on your social media, Facebook, Twitter. Menace of Tara. Absolutely. Peace. Peace. Thanks for checking in. Hit that like button for me if you haven't already done so. I can share this with you. Application. I guess I'll have to load them up. So give me a moment. But again, you know, these other voting blocks that have taken precedence, you know, over the black vote that checked in at 87%. You know, they're getting dividends. They're getting dividends. And as NBA Youngboy said, it don't make no sense. And all I want is dividends at the end of the day. You know, I don't want lip service. I don't want symbolism. We need specific legislation. Let me see if I can pull these stats up. Only way to get these people to listen is to turn your backs on them. I say time and time again. So check this out. Black people, we voted for Joe Biden, 87%. Asians, 61%. Gay, lesbian, bisexual, transgender, 64%. And there's one more I want to highlight. Latinos, 65%. And I'm assuming these are legal immigrants who legally had the right to vote. But again, the bulk of the executive orders are as they pertain to illegal immigration. Absolutely, Menace. That seems to be the playbook. And, you know, when our officials get in, when we get a black face in a high place, you know, whatever their intentions were for signing on, it seems as if when they get on board, somebody kind of nudges them and says, hey, you know, that's not the plan. And, you know, I can speak from personal experience here. You know, I live in Georgia, and a friend of mine's ran for a congressional seat, and I believe it was in Gwinnett County. And I think she ran twice. She ran this past year, and she ran a couple of years ago. She tried it twice. The first year she did pretty well, running against an incumbent who had not really been challenged. And you know, the next time she came back around, the long story short, you know, she's very pro-black. And, you know, she was coming up with a black agenda, and she was told by the Georgia Democratic Party that she shouldn't mention a black agenda. And they ended up running somebody against her, basically sabotaging her campaign. And she ended up losing her race. But the thing that stuck out to me was that the Democratic Party, that's supposed to be, you know, our party, actually told a black candidate that she should not mention a black agenda. Because clearly, and they actually did run, the lady that they ran against her, Menace, that you, now that you mentioned that these illegal immigrants running for office in some localities, I know that they ran an immigrant against her. I believe she was of Jamaican descent. And I believe she ended up advancing to the general election in that case. But again, excuse me. Then we got guys like Jim Clyburn, who, you know, basically takes credit for helping Joe Biden win South Carolina in the primary, ultimately goes on to win the election. In the aftermath, you know, being asked a direct question by George Stephanopoulos, you know, what do you want, you know, from Joe Biden in exchange for helping him, win the presidency? And this clown says he doesn't want anything. And he basically relates that question to what do you want personally, when he should have actually taken the cue and apply that question to, what do you want for the collective? You didn't do it on your own, Jim Clyburn. You galvanized people who actually voted for Joe Biden. What do you want for those people is the question. Absolutely, we need to be more self-interested. We definitely need to be more self-interested. The Democrats' plan, Natural Moments with Nature's Brew says the Democrats' plan is to create a Latino buffer class to keep blacks at the bottom. And I believe immigration has been weaponized in that fashion. I always tell people that, I see, two main waves of immigration were put in place to offset our progress. And, in the last, century and a half, right after we were freed during the Civil War. And after that, there was mass immigration open for Europe. European peasants were allowed to flood American shores. That's when Ellis Island was repurposed to mean, send to me your huddled masses of immigrants, when we know now that the original intent of the Statue of Liberty, it was actually dedicated to American slaves, to those who were in bondage, American chattel slaves. So, we were made to be free, and supposedly in a period of Reconstruction, and we were made to compete against a flood of European immigrants, mainly the Irish and other European immigrants eventually flooded in by the boatload, literally. And then I always say, fast forward 100 years, we had the 1964 Civil Rights Act, the Voting Rights Act. And then in the 1965, 1965 was the Immigration Act, which was supposed to be, something that they lauded as being attached to the 1964 Civil Rights Act. But I believe that it was done in an effort to, weaponize immigration and, thinking 40, 50, 60 years down the line, they pretty much knew what would occur if they allowed immigration to proliferate, even though in passing that bill, Lyndon B. Johnson, in my opinion, lied through his teeth when he said that that bill, or, the outcome of that bill would have no effect in particular on our labor market. And that is the main thing that is affected by the proliferation of immigration, legal or illegal, is the effect that it has on wages, the tamping down of wages. And to me, what it should be in the legal, competition for jobs with people who shouldn't even be in the country. And I'm telling you, man, they get sanctuary cities where they can pretty much avoid deportation. I have videos on my channel where I speak of actual judges who allow detainees to flee the courthouse in order to elude ICE. I had more than one judge had been brought up on charges of actually allowing detainees to flee the courthouse and avoid ICE. So, I've never seen a judge cut a black man loose from the courthouse and let him run back into the community. after committing a crime. So no matter how petty that crime, you're going to go through the system one way or the other. Yeah, Jim Clyburn stands on the shoulders of Dr. King, and I'm sure that if Dr. King was here, he would not look upon him kindly. Well, I would hope. Natural moments with nature's brew. You live in a sanctuary state. Wow. What state is that, if you don't mind? I'm definitely against all immigration until we get our reparations, especially now, with this whole COVID-19 business. Why would the borders be open now? When one of the main so-called knocks against Trump was that he didn't shut the borders down. And now Joe Biden wants to open the borders up. Okay, Maryland. Wow. I would have never knew that Maryland was a sanctuary state, being so far north. So they can basically hide, legally, even if they're here illegally. And on top of that, they've committed a crime. Local law enforcement supposedly won't report them to ICE. Why wouldn't you hop the border? Repeatedly. One of the incidents where the judge let a guy free from the courthouse, it was his second time, being caught for hopping the border. Now just look at this guy. Looking at this guy, man. DC is also a sanctuary city. Wow. In DC, it's not even a state. New York and New Jersey are sanctuary. Quantum Eidos. Peace. New York and New Jersey. And I'm a native New Yorker, but I've been in Georgia for almost 30 years now. But I did know that New York was a sanctuary state, but wow. And I believe Keisha, Atlanta's mayor, has made Atlanta a sanctuary city as well. I know. Where can we get the same deal? Like, if anybody needs sanctuary, it's the descendants of American chattel slavery. Those who went through the struggle, the black codes. The vagrancy laws where they lock you up, work you to death on the chain gang. There was no sanctuary. None whatsoever. Absolutely. Even the ones who've been here, before there was a minority category, the Latinos in the Deep South. And even to this day, they claim to be people of color. But if you check their paperwork, they're absolutely checking Caucasian on their paperwork. They're not checking black. Nobody's coming here to join the losing team. They only went along with people of color and minority so they could get benefits. Trust that. Absolutely, man. It's nobody wants to stay home. Nobody wants to stay in the third world, developing country when they could come to the land of milk and honey. Yeah, we paid the costs, and now they come here and they're our boss. Absolutely. And a lot of people get it twisted when they think about illegal immigrants and the jobs that they actually occupy once they get here. In particular, a lot of these DACA recipients who have been here since they were very young, children or adolescents, who are now of working age, who have had the opportunity to get financial aid, to go to college, to get a degree. I've seen them working on Wall Street. DACA recipients. So no, they're not cleaning houses and hotel rooms. They're not babysitting babies. They're not cutting your grass. You know, that's the stepping stone. You know, they'll come in and get in on the ground floor and do whatever they have to do. But once they're here, you know, there's an actual path that many of them follow, you know, depending on what area they're going in. A lot of them end up owning landscaping companies. A lot of them end up owning contracting companies where they do roofing, you know, where they have contracts throughout the cities that they reside in, landscaping contracts, general contracting all the way around the board. You know, they'll come in and throw a house up in a matter of days if they put that work in. So, you know, it's a lane for them to come here and actually ride. So we turning a blind eye, and we need to be paying attention. I argue with people all the time, especially on my Facebook page. I'm not worried about no Mexican or no El Salvadoran coming here crossing the border with sandals. I'm like, no, my brother, they coming across the border, you know, with Timberlands. They geared up and they coming ready to work. You know, they full grown men ready to come and exploit the job market. Oh man, the Indians. Absolutely. Menace says the Indians are taking over the tech industry and the government is setting them up to be successful, which is something they never did for us. No, they've done the exact opposite for us. They set us up for failure, generation after generation. Yeah, that caravan that they supposedly, you know, Biden told them to hold up. Not yet. Biden said now it's not the time. My question is, when is the time? What exactly do you mean now it's not the time? It's never the time, as far as I'm concerned. What's up, Rollo McDonald? Yeah, we just let Joe Biden say anything out his mouth. With no consequence and no repercussion. And as a matter of fact, we'll make excuses for some of the asinine comments that he's actually had the audacity to make. You know, now is the perfect time. You know, people are always questioning me about why do I go so hard, or why did I make it my business to go so hard on Joe Biden. And when I, speak about his track record, the litany of crime bills that he passed in the 80s, culminating with the 94 crime bill, they say, well, he wasn't the only one. There were a lot of people in Congress who supported him. Bill Clinton signed it. I'm like, first of all, Joe Biden and Bill Clinton were in cahoots together. What they were doing was actually going to the right of the Republicans in regards to crime, so-called crime prevention, law and order. They were actually going to the right of the Republicans. Joe Biden said that Ronald Reagan didn't go far enough. So they were at a point in their evolution where they needed to appear tough on crime. And beginning in 1986, there's a video on my page entitled, I think it's entitled, "We Need to Take Another Look at Joe Biden." And I speak on the litany of crime bills that he passed and the subsequent effects directly on our community. And that's what I'm telling people. Well, Joe Biden is up, and we have a chance to hold him accountable at this moment in time. Why not take this time to actually hold his feet to the fire? Joe Biden should have come around black people with his head bowed down and his hat in his hand every time. There was no room for him to be flippant, for him to be dismissive, and for him not to address our issues directly. And he needed to come with a plan, not that little blanket, whatever it was. We need specific remedy for the specific harm that was done to our people. And up until now, there's been no consequence. Yeah, Joe Biden should have never gotten our vote. But he got 87%. So they say, who knows, with these politics they were pulling in November, who knows? But on its face, 87%, it is what it is. It's in keeping with what we've been doing, and the results are in keeping with what we've been getting. Absolutely. Natural moments with nature's brew. We need to get back to that Tulsa, Oklahoma, Wilmington, North Carolina vibe. I'm just not sure if we built like that right now. I'm not sure if we're built like that right now on a large scale. And Wilmington really hits home for me because I have deep roots in Wilmington. You know, I have deep roots in Wilmington back to the 1870s, and I still have quite a bit of family there now. And it's always been, you know, ever since I've heard about the Wilmington massacre, it's always been my desire to find out whether or not any of my forebears or any of my relatives were actually caught up in that whole melee, because around the turn of the century, a lot of my family migrated to New York City from Wilmington, North Carolina, especially if we don't get reparations. Yeah, we have to get back to community. And, you know, there's one brother who I follow on YouTube named Pastor Dowell. And he's a Hebrew Israelite brother as far as religion goes. But the example that this brother is setting as far as community building is something that I look at. And, you know, I always check in with him and see what he's doing, see what he's talking about. He's an ex-military brother, and he's a pastor in this community. I believe it's in Tennessee, and the name eludes me right now. But yeah, Pastor Dow. And they have a self-sustaining community. And I believe they also have a sister community here in Georgia somewhere. Yeah, it's called Straightway Ministries. Now, I don't subscribe to the religious doctrine. You know, I don't really subscribe to any particular religious doctrine. But I do subscribe to good, sound advice, practical advice. So definitely shout to Pastor Dow. If you haven't ever checked him out on YouTube, check out his channel. They grow their own food. They build their own homes. And they buy, sell, trade. You know, they work in the community as well. I think he has a few ex-NFL players amongst the community. But, you know, it's definitely a model in what a self-sustaining community might look like in the 21st century. Growing your own food, building your own shelters. And they also definitely practice their Second Amendment rights. Absolutely. You got to have that. You know, when you look back on history, brother, sister, is that Natural Moments mentioned Wilmington and Tulsa. And, you know, had we been thoroughly armed and prepared, you know, maybe some of these things would have still happened. But, you know, if you fight back and if you put up a fight, a lot of times, you know, that's the only way to get a bully to think twice. You know, you got to hit him in the nose a few times. You got to do what you got to do. You got to not be an easy target. You got to make it, you know, not attractive to come looking for trouble over here. Is my spelling correct? What are you talking about? My spelling? It's spelling DOWD. Maybe I missed a comment. But yeah, if we don't get reparations, and this is why they're stalling, if you ask me, you know, they know that that's the great equalizer. Oh, Pastor Dowell, DOWELL. I'll type it out. And like I say, I don't subscribe to the religious doctrine. But again, the model that he sets as far as community building to me is A1. I definitely could. I always joke with my lady that we're going to actually go join that community. But I'm joking. Absolutely. You're welcome. And if anybody wants to go live, I will definitely hit you with the link if you have something you want to add to the discussion. And if you guys are on Twitter as well, I think I know Quantum Ados from Twitter. I'm on Twitter at Build a Icon. Give me a follow. You know, I'm all about a practical approach to politics at this point. You know, I've been in the bag for the Democrats before. You know, as I was raised up, you know, I was raised up with the blue. But, you know, our boy Barry, he opened my eyes and I can see clearly now. Thanks, Barry. And, you know, Barry opened a lot of eyes up. So while, you know, I have a heavy critique for him politically, as far as the outcomes that he created for the Black community, that whose shoulders he rode to victory twice. You know, I definitely, you know, have to have a respect, you know, for the way that he played the game. But with that nod, I have to tell myself I could never fall for that again. And the chance that, in my opinion, that we missed with Obama was we let him waltz off into the sunset without a stern rebuke. And to this day, we, you know, as a whole, you know, we have no critique for Obama. You know, this man refused to go away. And as a matter of fact, we're in the midst of what you might call a third Obama presidency, a third Obama term. And he mentioned, you know, desiring as much, having a third term. So he might be picking up where he left off. Catering to the illegal immigrants, catering to the LGBT community, LGBTQ community, Asian Americans, Pacific Americans, Native Americans, Alaskan Natives. Now we got Kamala Harris in, and she's going to open the floodgates for Indian Americans, which was, the doors was already open, as the brother mentioned earlier. You know, I worked in Dunwoody for a lot of years, and the International Hotel Group was one of the buildings that I worked in, and they have maybe 2 or 3 buildings in the complex out there right across from Perimeter Mall. And, and catching the shuttle. Now they had offices in my building, the company that I work for. But then they had another building, I believe it was all International Hotels Group. And it was all Indians, East Indians in that building. Whenever the shuttle pulled up at that building, only the only occupants was coming out was Indians in that whole building for the most part. So, the floodgates have been open. The hotel game is something that they proliferate in. And it's been that way for years. There used to be these cheap flea bag motels in the hood that you would see. A lot of these mom and pop type situations. Now they've kind of been brought in with a lot of these larger corporate brands, Wyndham, Holiday Inn, all of these brands kind of conglomerated. So a lot of these ex-mom and pop flea bag motels are now Days Inn, now Holiday Inn Express, so on and so forth. But they still are under management of Indians, and to a large degree. Ownership, management, so forth and so on. So everybody has a lane, and that lane is, meant to, steadily lift them individually, as a community and as a group. Absolutely. Kamala Harris using the same tricks as Obama. Yeah, if you run the play, if you run the play and it's working, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. If you know that high pick and roll working, keep running it until they're not letting you run it anymore. Then you switch it up. But till now, we haven't made them switch it up. They have the formula down pat. All they have to do is point and say, "Oh, that person's a racist," and we won't even look that way. They could be trying to hand us the golden goose that lays golden eggs. And because somebody said they was a racist, we'll refuse that golden goose. What Deontay Wilder said, till this day. So yeah, when y'all get a chance, check out Joe Biden's 94 crime bill. Deserves renewed scrutiny. Caught Maxine Waters back in 2018 saying how she was going to get behind reparations. So, excuse me. So now we can actually hold her accountable. This was in 2018 at some sort of rally down in Selma, Alabama. So let's take a peek at Miss Maxine Waters, doing what she does, firing the crowd up. Wait a minute. My bad. I don't even think it was actually playing out loud.
In Cobra, thank you. Congressman Waters, the global reparations movement is advancing mightily on the planet. Our brothers and sisters in the Caribbean are suing the nations of Europe that had involvement in the enslavement of the Caribbean. In Europe, our brothers and sisters in London are crafting legislation. On the continent of Africa, we understand that there will be a major reparations conference in 2019, 2020. Here in America, the only federal legislation, federal push to have this country redress the crimes against African people has been H.R. 40. And now that Congressman Conyers is no longer there, we need someone to stand up and push this legislation forward. You have historically been a supporter of this legislation. We ask that you co-sponsor now, and not only co-sponsor, become an active co-sponsor. You have a relationship with the millennial as Auntie Maxine that no other congressperson has. We're in Cobra personally right now today asking you to become more active in the role to push HR forward.
I'll be happy to do that. That's no problem. That's no problem. But let me tell you this. In order to get where we need to go on this issue and other issues, we've really got to understand that 2018 is important to taking back the House and taking back the Senate.
We have both of those now. We have the House, we have the Senate. Well, they have the House and they have the Senate. I'm not sure they belong to the people, but again, she has both. There's no excuse. We must hold them accountable.
And of course, we've got to get the White House. If we want to.
And now they have the White House. So, trifecta. No excuses.
Get to the point where we can get reparations. We've got to have the power to do that. Number one, by having a supportive president would be wonderful, but taking back the House would be absolutely wonderful. And so, yes, I'm Maxine Waters. I am a progressive. I am a liberal. I am someone who is willing to step way outside of the box in order to do what America has not done. But let's understand, I need y'all to register and vote. I need to take back that House so that we can have a majority in the committee. I am the ranking member of the Financial Services Committee that oversees Wall Street and HUD and all of that. And by the way, we're going to take care of Ben Carson too.
So how did y'all like that quick trip in the time machine? You know, it's always good to get these politicians on the record, whether that be audio, video, or both. In this case, excuse me. So again, now what? We got Auntie Maxine, dead to rights, running that mouth, talking about they just need to get the House, they just need to get the Senate, and they need to get the White House. All three of which they have now. Where's Maxine? She's been very quiet. And we have Sheila Jackson Lee, who's actually spearheading H.R. 40, the toothless bill to study reparations and what that might look like. the HR 40 bill, which either needs to be rewritten or replaced, in my opinion. Absolutely. Maxine Waters' constituency is about 60 some odd percent Latino. I think only 27% of her district is actually African American. So she's just used as a Democratic whip overall because of her tenure in the House. She's been there for, almost 30 years, roughly. So she has a tenure. She has a large profile. She's very outspoken, has always been. Remember back in the 90s when Maxine was speaking out against the CIA and their assistance or in the proliferation and helping crack to proliferate in Los Angeles and subsequently the entire nation, leading to, the so-called war on drugs, which we know that was an actual war. Wow. Professor Hemp. If you want a tutorial, no, I think I'll pass. Professor Hemp. That's not my lane. I'll leave that to you, as a matter of fact. I'm a YouTuber. I'm a YouTuber. So check it out. So yeah. So Maxine, she really has, she has no reason to fully and substantively back any black legislation or black policy. She only serves as a mouthpiece for the Democratic Party due to her tenure, due to her large profile, due to her sway over the minds and spirits of black people. As you see the brother referred to her as Auntie Maxine. She's not my aunt. I only refer to her Auntie Maxine sarcastically, but she's not my aunt. I've never been invited to the family reunion. And you all see that house that she sits in. I believe it's 5,000 square feet, maybe more. And I believe it's 4.2 million. Beautiful house on the hill. Her daughter over the last 20 years or so, not even, has taken in over $1 million from Maxine Waters' campaign fund because her daughter runs some sort of campaign mailing operation where she sends out campaign mailers for politicians and people who run for office. So, they're good. Maxine Waters is good. Jim Clyburn is good. During the primaries, if you're ever on Twitter and brother Jamie Fowler, the brother who made it his business to, pop up at these political functions where most of the candidates were making appearances during the 2020 primaries. And his main question was, what's your stance on reparations whenever he had a chance to corner these politicians? Tulsi Gabbard, Kamala Harris, Elizabeth Warren. Did he get Bernie? I'm not sure if he got Bernie. He got Jim Clyburn, and Jim Clyburn laughed it off and said that it was basically no chance that we would get reparations. So we kind of know where his mind is at in that regard. He's going to talk against it, and he's going to keep talking about the 10-10-20 plan or whatever that was him and Bernie keep talking about Bernie, who doesn't know what reparations is. So, I have no sympathy. I don't have a soft spot for any of these politicians. He's definitely got Bernie. And they both anti-reparations for the descendants of slavery. So, they have that in common. So I didn't get any tickets to go live tonight. So yeah, natural moments with nature's brew. Let's go ahead and get this comment up here. All of the CBC have written off the Black community in favor of fat donations and other corporate democratic benefits. Absolutely. Yeah, they know who's buttering their bread. At the end of the day, they're gonna fall in line, or they know they're gonna be kicked out the whip. It's tough. I can only imagine. That it's tough when you get to a position, that you work hard for, your ideals undergirding you. You really believe, you believe, I'm here and I'm going to make change. I'm here for my people. I'm here for my community, But once you see the actual inner workings, and I recall something that Tulsa Gabbard said recently, when she first came to Congress, she was asked what her opinion of Congress was. And she said that it reminded her of high school with the cliques. So, when she came in, everybody kind of had their clique who they were hanging with. If you were hanging with the wrong crowd, they kind of gave you the side eye. So you kind of, that peer pressure to fall in line from day one. You got to pick a side. Who you rolling with? They always say politics makes strange bedfellows. So when you get into the game, you never know who you might end up in bed with. And, sometimes for the sake of pushing your agenda forward, compromise in those situations is absolutely part of the game. But the strategy in all negotiations is to make sure that you come out on top. And in too many instances, we're not even willing to go to the table. You said you've never gone live. Well, don't feel bad, natural moments. This is kind of like my first real time going live myself. I've been playing around with it, trying to get my setup correct. And this is what I got so far. So but I plan on going live a little more often. And hopefully if I get, a regular audience, then I can get some moderators and we can actually really get some things going on. What else do we have to do? Absolutely. Natural Moments. The Latino Congressional Caucus is fighting for their people. Absolutely. And I was following their Twitter heavy for a time last year. And I was always wondering, whenever they were pushing an initiative, the CBC was always backing up their moves, retweeting in their mentions, some way, some shape or form, they were showing that they were supporting the Latino caucus. But I don't see that same support reciprocated. And, that's a problem for me. This Black-Brown coalition, where my Latino people at? But like we know, nobody wants to come and join the losing team. So Natural Moments with Nature's Brew, that sounds like some sort of product, like something I need to be drinking, in the evening before I retire. Natural Moments with Nature's Brew. Is that a product? Okay. So you have natural hair and skin products. Absolutely. Do you have a website, Twitter page, Facebook, something, Instagram, somewhere we could check out your products? Where we could support you? Joints getting chapped. Oh, wow. Just closed your business. That's too bad. Well, hopefully you get it back up and running real soon. So has everybody subscribed to the channel so that they can get notified the next time I drop content or go live? If you haven't done so already, please do. I would greatly appreciate it. Definitely trying to get my subscribership up, as well as my viewership. Check out some of this hot content. The latest video I dropped was, or one of the latest videos I dropped was involving a local activist here in the Atlanta area named Marcus Coleman. I know he used to be with the National Action Network. Now he's heading up his own organization called Save Ourselves. I know he focuses on community outreach, family services, things of that nature. This happened in South Fulton, the city of South Fulton. And there was an accident. Brother Marcus was concerned about traffic, which was affected by the accident. No one was actually directing traffic. There was an officer sitting in his patrol car, and Brother Coleman approached the brother and asked him, why wasn't anybody directing traffic? And boy, from there, it kind of went left. And, this is a black on black situation. And I just, they get heavy handed with us off top. Absolutely. Thanks for subscribing, Natural Moments. Definitely appreciate that. Again, if you're on Twitter, follow me on Twitter at Bill the Icon.
Tell me why ain't nobody directing traffic? Like you got this long ass line of cars right here on Roosevelt. You got an officer sitting right here. Terrible ass accident, but not one person directing traffic. Damn officer need to be directing traffic, don't they? here. So I got an officer that I just asked, how come nobody's directed traffic? This horrific accident scene. The brother rolls his window up on me. You got cars lined up, and the brother's chilling in his squad car. Squad car number 125.
Officer didn't like that.
Window up on me. I'm sure it could assist y'all if the officer was directing some traffic, wouldn't it? I said, I'm sure it'd be helpful if somebody was directing traffic for y'all, right? Hey, bro. Yeah. Excuse me. Check what I'm doing. Excuse me, sir. Yeah. Yeah, I see what you're doing. Yeah, I got you.
If you would assist me by getting back in your car, okay?
Well, I don't have to get back in my car.
We're waiting on someone to come.
Brother, you can't tell me that there shouldn't be someone directing traffic. Come on, brother. Come on, brother. Look, you said your piece. I see what side you go. Do your work, sir. Do your work. Do your work.
You don't need you out here.
You don't know what you need, brother. I'm just a citizen out here trying to make sure everybody all right while you in your car.
Yeah, I'm doing the report.
Yeah, that's cool. We'll see what Chief Meadows say about that, Chief. Yeah. No, we not doing that. You can stop walking up on me, sir. You can stop walking up on me.
You know you can.
You can stop. Hey!
Get out.
That was it.
Brother, what you doing to me, bro?
Snitches get stitches.
Get it. You going to tase me, bro? Get it.
Yeah. And I look at this, I'm glad that it didn't, really escalate. Nobody actually got hurt. The brother was okay in the aftermath. I believe he said he was detained for about an hour. Then he was released when the supervising officer came on the scene. But I'm pretty sure that there's going to be repercussions. The brother actually came on 1380 WAOK. I believe he was on Rashad Ritchie's show. And as he was a guest, so was Benjamin Crump. So Benjamin Crump called and chimed in. So if he has anything to do with it, I'm sure he'll be chasing a bag because the brother said after he tried to knock the phone out of his hand, and I guess he wrestled him to the ground and he put the taser directly to his chest point blank and threatened to tase him. So, that could end up giving somebody a heart attack. So, that could have went bad. But this officer was just recently sworn into the South Fulton Police Department. He was previously with the Atlanta Police Department. And so he had been indicted on some domestic abuse charges some years back, allegedly. So, we'll see how that situation plays out because that guy definitely seems to have some anger issues. And, granted, there was a little, they were having a pissing contest. Brother Coleman, is a local activist who's, very active in the community. And, he pressed the officer to do his job, and the officer didn't like that. So, when he seen that the brother was resolute and pushing the issue, he clearly became agitated, rushed out the car, and, figured he's going to go into intimidation mode. And when he saw the brother wasn't intimidated, I believe that kind of, gave him time to compose himself. But when the brother said that he was going to tell Chief Meadows, that set him off. Because I feel like that brother knows that he's walking a thin line. And you can't tell Chief Meadows, man. You can't tell Chief Meadows. And actually, in the video that the brother dropped subsequently, he did mention that the cop tried to bargain with him while he was in the back seat, basically saying, look, if you go away, then we can act like this never happened, and not so many words. So, hopefully that was on body cam too. The body cam footage hasn't been released yet. We just have the cell phone footage from Brother Coleman's cell phone. So maybe if that body cam footage becomes available, we'll also revisit the situation. But I'm sure he'll get a a light bag out the situation, from the city of South Fulton. But yeah, I think that the brother got, he was already agitated at being asked to do his job, and coupled with the fact that he was actually advised that somebody was going to run to his boss, he was triggered. Yeah, he definitely violated his civil rights. Anything including Benjamin Crump is staged propaganda. Absolutely staged propaganda. And propaganda is basically, any message that you're trying to get across to further, your objectives. Propaganda. Another word for propaganda is public relations. Remember, Edward Bernays, Sigmund Freud's nephew. If you guys ever get a chance to watch the documentary, The Century of the Self, and they talk about Edward Bernays, who was Sigmund Freud's nephew. They call him the father of modern day public relations. And what he did was he took his uncle Sigmund Freud's teachings about the human psyche and human motivation, and how group dynamics come into play, and how to influence group dynamics. And he applied his teachings to marketing. And Edward Bernays, look him up. So he actually took propaganda and did away with the term, saying that it had a negative connotation from its close affiliation with Adolf Hitler. So rather than say propaganda, Edward Bernays coined the term public relations. So yes, he was the father of modern day public relations. He influenced everything from corporate marketing and advertising to politics, public relations, what we call the manufacturing of consent. He was an expert at manufacturing consent. If you can recall, there was a time when it was taboo for women to smoke cigarettes. And if you remember the cigarette brand Virginia Slim, and I remember Virginia Slims because my mom and my grandmom smoked Virginia Slims, and their slogan was, "You've come a long way, baby." So the Virginia Slim cigarette was pretty much the symbol or a symbol of women's liberation. And how Edward Bernays manipulated the public was there was an actual parade down Fifth Avenue, and Edward Bernays devised a moment during the parade, a staged moment, where there would be a group of debutantes walking in the parade, dressed to the T's with their, dresses, with their hair done, with their the frilly dresses or whatever, their wire frame dresses. And there was going to be a moment during the parade where they were going to stop and they were going to pull up their dress and they were going to pull, and they each pulled out a pack of Virginia Slims from their little, out of their stockings, and they all lit up on camera. And Edward Bernays called cigarettes torches of freedom. When the ladies lit the cigarettes, they made sure that they had cameras present. So the press was present. They all got photos of these debutantes reaching into their stockings, pulling out a cigarette, lighting up, and smoking a cigarette during the parade. And bam, the taboo for women smoking cigarettes at that time was demolished. And we have Edward Bernays to thank for that. And we also have Edward Bernays to thank for the melding of politics and entertainment. If you watch that documentary, The Century of the Self, I'll go ahead and put that in the chat. It's a BBC documentary. Great stuff. But again, he was responsible for melding politics with celebrity, because politics, by its very nature, is a mundane arena for the average person. The average working Joe is not interested in politics for the most part. It's very boring. But what he decided to do was he began to bring celebrities to the White House. And I believe the first guy was maybe Woodrow Wilson. He was basically a political stiff with no personality. So what Edward Bernays says is we need to surround this guy with interesting people. And I believe that's when he started pairing certain celebrities to come visit the White House. But gonna have to actually get into that documentary one of these days as well. The Century of the Self. So absolutely, Rollo McDonald, Benjamin Crump is actually absolutely stage propaganda, and his job is to create a narrative that will influence the powers that be to cut the check. He's hoping that he doesn't have to go to trial. And more than likely, Benjamin Crump's probably not even licensed to practice outside of Florida, but he has a network of lawyers nationwide that he teams with to take on these these local cases. He is not a criminal attorney. He is a civil rights attorney. Benjamin Crump, his job is to get the bag. Absolutely. Woodrow Wilson fired all ADOS from government jobs. Wow. Now that's something that I was not aware of. The fact that he was a virulent racist, I can definitely believe that, but I didn't know that he fired all African Americans from government jobs at that time. I'd have to look into that, especially during this Black History Month. That's information we need to know. We could add these things to the list because the list is long. The list is long and the offenses are egregious. the offenses are legion. So, again, I ask, now what? And, I figure, politically, we start with, holding feet to the fire. Clyburn, Maxine Waters, Sheila Jackson Lee. Start making phone calls. Start sending emails. Start sending tweets. Instagram posts. Facebook posts. Make your voice heard. Talk to your family. These people are going to be up for election really soon. 2022 is right around the corner. Now's the time to start pre-gaming. From community building, on one front, political pressure on another front. But on all fronts, we must be self-interested. That goes without saying. Unapologetically self-interested in issues that affect Black people specifically. And that's not to say that, we're not concerned about our community at large, our country as a whole. But we just recognize that if we're not able to become an intricate part of the machinery of this culture and of this society, then, this society is not living up to its true potential. So on that note is one of the principles that we stand on, is that if one is being held down, all cannot prosper. Yeah, so we need to, I wish I had to look up that about Woodrow Wilson. I definitely do some Googling about. How Woodrow Wilson tried to reverse Black. Okay. So what is this? Absolutely. July 14th. This is an article from history.com. How Woodrow Wilson tried to reverse Black American progress by promoting the Ku Klux Klan and overseeing segregation of the federal workforce. The 28th president helped erase gains African Americans had made since Reconstruction. Woodrow Wilson is best known as the World War I president who earned a Nobel Peace Prize for his efforts to found the League of Nations. A progressive reformer who fought against monopolies and child labor, he served 2 terms starting in 1913. But Wilson was also a segregationist who wrote a history textbook praising the Confederacy and in particular, the Ku Klux Klan. As president, he rolled back hard-fought economic progress for Black Americans, overseeing the segregation of multiple agencies of the federal government. While Wilson was lauded for his role in World War I, historians and activists have long called attention to his other actions. And institutions have grappled with how to respond to this side of his legacy. In June 2020, Monmouth University announced it would rename its Woodrow Wilson Hall. And after years of protests, Princeton University said it would remove his name from its prestigious public policy school, explaining that his segregationist attitudes and policies made Wilson an especially inappropriate namesake. In places like Washington, D.C., historians and parents have called for removing his name from public high schools. Okay. So we have a photo, President Wood, the Arlington National Cemetery where Robert E. Lee III, grandson and namesake of the Confederate general, speaks at the dedication of a Confederate monument in Arlington, Virginia, 1914. While Wilson's speech that day focused on national unity, his historical writings have romanticized the Confederacy. Wow. Great history lesson for the day. Appreciate that, Menace. So Wilson is often associated with the state of New Jersey because that's where he served as governor and as president of Princeton University. And that's wild because I actually have roots. Oh man, I have roots to Monmouth, New Jersey. My earliest known relative was born in 1818 in Monmouth, New Jersey. My earliest namesake was born in 1818, Monmouth, New Jersey. Wow. But he was born in Antebellum, Virginia in 1856. And that is another state that I have also found another early relative back born 1829 in South River District, Virginia. So, wow. It's a small world. Absolutely. So yes, indeed, my good people, it is getting late. My stomach is growling. I need to put something in it. But I definitely want to appreciate everybody for tuning in, for participating in the discussion. It's definitely appreciated. We're going to definitely do this again really soon. So if you haven't subscribed, hit that subscribe button and be on the lookout. Dirty Laundry Media will be back in the building really soon. for another live broadcast. Hopefully, you all will join me. And hopefully, we'll get some audience participation and somebody will join me on the live and we can really get into some good discussions. So yeah, hit me up on Twitter if you have any suggestions for topics. Definitely at Build the Icon on Twitter. I'll leave this live up. You can comment as well. So yeah, again, thank you all. Thanks for tuning in. And I wish you all have a great evening. Until next time, Sturdy Laundry Media signing off. This is Bill Money.
Different me, the same you. Things don't stay the same, things will change. Don't hate me, nigga, hate the game. The key to a man is trying to change. A different me, the same you. Things don't stay the same, things will change. Don't hate me, nigga, hate the game. The key to a man is trying to change. Oh, so-called friends, I don't need you. Some love me, some hate me, so I'm even. Hate all you want is fuck a bitch, I'm breathing. Better days not far away, I believe it. Looking in the mirror, staring at the man in it. Black shades in it. A new vision, staring at the world from a different angle. Positive attitude, but I'm still gangster. Grown man shit, I hope you catch the hint. Selling drugs don't make you a man, but it can make you rich. Toting your guts, wearing your heart, but you're only a bitch. Take time and think, damn, sizzle making sense. I'ma build a fence to keep old niggas from around me. OGs taught me to walk softly. Keep your eyes open, young nigga, be cautious. Don't trust these slimy hoes, brush the dirt up off you. I brush the dirt up off me and kept walking. I keep my business to myself because the streets talking. I'm on my P's and Q's while you niggas sleepwalking. Keep sleepwalking. Black coffee.
Streets ain't just talking, niggas is whispering. We're bait like a fisherman, fast steady listening. They reeling in my niggas, get them trapped, cat they pilling them. Fit the profile of your skin's tinted with melanin. My friends I've been telling them, niggas ain't listening. Take the pot you pissing in. Niggas get the missing when they cuffing up your wrist and then ship you off to prison in a hole like a pigeon in. Ain't nobody visiting, living like some midgets in. Many men are feminine, switching like some women in. Fuck if I'm offending them. No time to be PC, the game's getting greasy. Cause every time I look, they in danger in my species. Man, I'm fighting like Creasy. Problem for the opposition. I mastered the art, I'm stomping out the competition. My name ain't Joe, but I got a proposition. If you game to go, no way that they can stop the mission.
A different me, the same you. Things don't stay the same, things will change. Don't hate me, nigga, hate the game. The key to a man is trying to change. A different me, the same you. Things don't stay the same, things will change. Don't hate me, nigga, hate the game. The key to a man. different me, the same you. Things don't stay the same, things will change. Hate me, nigga, hate the game. The key to a man is trying to change. A different me, the same you. Things don't stay the same, things will change. Hate me, nigga, hate the game. The key to a man is trying to change. Oh, so-called friends, I don't need you. Some love me, some hate me, so I'm even. Hate all you want is fuck a bitch, I'm breathing. Better days not far away, I believe it. Looking in the mirror, staring at the man in it. Black shades tinted, a new vision. Staring at the world from a different angle. Positive attitude, but I'm still gangster. Grown man shit, I hope you catch the hint. Selling drugs don't make you a man, but it can make you rich. Toting your guns, swearing your heart, but you're only a bitch. Take time and think, damn, sizzle making sense. I'ma build a fence to keep old niggas from around me. Whole G's taught me to walk softly. Keep your eyes open, young nigga, be cautious. Don't trust these slime, my whole brush the dirt up off you. I brush the dirt up off me and kept walking. I keep my business to myself because the streets talking. I'm on my P's and Q's while you niggas sleepwalking. Keep sleepwalking. Black coffee.
Streets ain't just talking, niggas is whispering. We're bait like a fisherman. Fair steady listening, they reeling in my niggas. Get them trapped, cat, they pillin' them. Fit the profile of your skin's tinted with melanin. My men's I've been telling them, niggas ain't listening. Take the pot you pissin' in. Niggas get the missing when they cuffin' up your wristin' in. Ship you off the prison in a hole like a pigeon in. Ain't nobody visiting, living like some midgets in. Many men are feminine, switching like some women in. Fuck if I'm offending them. No time to be PC, the game's getting greasy. Cause every time I look, they endangering my species. Man, I'm fighting like Creasy. Problem for the opposition. I mastered the art, I'm stomping out the competition. My name ain't Joe, but I got a proposition. If you game to go, the way that they can stop the mission.
A different me, the same you. Things gon' stay the same, things will change. Don't hate me, nigga, hate the game. The key to a man is trying to change. A different me, the same you. Things gon' stay the same, things will change. Don't hate me, nigga, hate the game. The key to a man.